So, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about how big of an impact New Orleans had on the Jewish community and the things that they have done to show some gratitude towards the Jews through everything they had been through. New Orleans, not only was it a city that was a big trading port, it welcomed a lot of Jews, especially during the Louisiana Purchase. New Orleans had actually been accustomed and never changed actually being accustomed to French traditions. And that's what really got Jews to migrate there. Following that, they became very successful. They became very wealthy. They became so successful that they actually got more of their families to come, which caused the building of a Jewish community down in New Orleans, which is still here to this day. Due to such a good bond between New Orleans and the Jews and corresponding together and getting along and helping each other become better, New Orleans had decided to give a Holocaust memorial in in memory of those who were affected by the Holocaust. So what we're going to talk about is what the Holocaust was, where this monument is, and basically what it signifies and where you can find it. So the Holocaust it took place in the early 1900s. It really is just the beginning of World War II. That's really what the Holocaust was. And during the World War II, Jews were targeted. They were stripped from their homes, they were stripped from their families, they were stripped from everything that they had worked so hard for in Europe was taken away from them. And not only was it taken away from them, they were put in these concentration camps that just made them less than human. They were treated less than human. And this is actually off of the National Museum website for the Holocaust down in New Orleans. They have their own website where you can find some of this information at. But during this time, they were stripped from everything. They were separated from their families. They were treated terribly. A lot of death had happened through this time. It's really just a dark time. So once all of this ended, the war had finally ended. It was almost like a weight had been left off of some Jews' shoulder, or we'll say the light at the tunnel had finally came. So during this time, Jews were trying to get more accustomed to life, past the Holocaust. They were trying to get more accustomed to, okay, what's going to happen next? Where do you go from here? Because not only this didn't just affect, Jews in Europe. Their families. Some of their families were over here in New Orleans during this time. And you hear about this thing going on, and that makes you feel some type of way. But the community of New Orleans was so acceptive to Jews that during this time they were there. They wanted them to know that, like, we're here, we understand, and as a community we're going to get through this together. So in the early 2000s they decided to actually give a well, I'm not going to say give, but build a monument down in New Orleans right off the riverfront in a park. You can actually go to gonola.com and look up the Holocaust Memorial, and it'll give you exact directions and where to find it and all the history about it. So they built this monument or sculpture down in New Orleans, and really what it signifies is that, you know, uh, we know what happened, and we're going to say that it's never going to happen again. We'll give you some hope that we'll never have to visit this time again. And so this sculpture, it was really it's panels, and when you look at it from a distance, it just looks like poles just up, you know. But as you stand in front of it and you walk around it, as you continue to walk to each side, if you're starting from the left, you're walking to the right, or you're starting from the right, walking to the left, you get to see different images. Each image is a symbolization of what happened, emotions that were felt. So the first image that you would see is actually the Star of David, and that's really just showing you, like, look, this is about the Jews. This is Jew related, and this is for them. As you continue to walk, it gets a little dark, which symbolizes the darkness that they went through. the evilness that they endure, the darkness of it, the chaos begins, and all of that. And as you continue to go through, it actually becomes a vibrant, bright color, which shows hope, faith and in the light at the end of the tunnel, like it's over. We won't have to relive that because a lot of Jews don't want to talk about what they went through. They don't want to talk about what happened, and you really can't blame them. So, in conclusion, I just hope that you got some insight about this monument, what it means, and where it came from, and hopefully you make a visit down to New Orleans, or even if you're in New Orleans, you go down there and just see it. Go down there and realize what happened, what's going on, and what to expect. Because a lot of reviews on that page had also suggested that this was not something that you normally see. So I really hope that you go down there and go see it. And I hope that, I informed you about something that you didn't know about.